Good morning. So I am up early. No, not really. I'm not up early. I'm on live early because my kid has an appointment at 11 or 10:30 or something. I don't know. It interrupts the time that I said I was going to be doing this live. So I thought I would just go ahead and do it early. I'm already awake and bright and shiny without any coffee. Let me go ahead and wait a few minutes for you guys to hop on and watch us with me. I hope everyone had fun with yesterday's activity on changing the I am. So I will go there on the I am. I'll continue on yesterday. And there's something I said yesterday. If you watched yesterday's video on day 1, this is day 2. I said, I know that it's hard. So I wanted to change that. Okay, it's not hard, it's easy. And that's actually what today is about. Changing our mindset on what we think is hard and what we think is easy. And if you didn't watch yesterday's, definitely go back and watch it. I am trying to get to my thing, and I might even be doing this on my different yes, I am doing this on my account instead of on my business page. Let me try to tag this on my business page real quick, guys. Maybe anyway, I'll share that to my business page later. Okay, so if you watched yesterday's video or you didn't watch yesterday's video, you definitely did. But today is day 2 of my change your mindset and, for lack of a better word, getting your life together and living a better life. Or lack of better words. See? Anyway, I said I was bright and shiny this morning and I'm mixing up on my words, but whatever. That's just being real. So back to life is not hard, we make it hard. And it sounds crazy to say it, like, no, life is hard. No, I mean, it really isn't. We make it harder than it is, and it's always a little bit easier to see that in our children or people who are younger or people that are not even like related or not us. And I'll give you guys some examples, and then I'll give y'all examples on how to change that for yourself so that you can make your life easy and you can do whatever you want. And it just takes you saying it. So for example, when we're teaching our kids how to ride a bike, we tell them, oh, don't worry, it's easy, or just get on and try it. It's easy, right? Because we want them to try it and see how easy it is, right? But if you think back to that time when you were, whatever age you learned to ride a bike, typically about 4 or 5, older if you didn't have one, till you were 20. Just kidding. I did learn how to ride a bike as a kid. So what makes it not easy is fear. And at that, I'll put that there and you guys can just ruminate that in your mind. What makes life hard is fear, right? Fear to do things. And so when you look at a child trying to learn how to ride a bike, and we recently my son got a bigger bike and he's been afraid of it, and I got on the little bike that my dad gave him, which looks like a little motorcycle bike thing. I don't know, it is a little bit big for him, but anyway, we took him out to give it a try. And so when I got on it, I'm like, oh my god, this is hard. So then he probably heard that and he didn't get on it. And eventually I was able to ride it, probably because I'm so short and able to ride a tiny 4-year-old bike. Anyway, eventually I got it, and I was trying to encourage him to try it because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, but it was also not as hard as I thought it was, right? So the things that we accomplish, we think, oh man, it really wasn't that hard. And I'm going to tell you guys something that most people that have achieved a PhD that had a lot of challenges to finish it, Um, and I apologize to anybody that this offends who has a PhD, but getting my PhD was fucking easy for me. And it's something that I've been kind of shameful about, and I haven't said it because it was supposed to be hard, but it wasn't. I knew I wanted to get it done. I didn't think it was hard, and it wasn't. I was told throughout the whole program, don't get married, don't have kids, don't do all this stuff. And when I said it, I was like, yeah, right, I'm still live. I'm not going to stop my life just because I'm getting a degree. I didn't stop it with my other degrees that I got. And maybe it was that. Maybe it was the fact that I continued on my life regardless of what was going on. And so I said it was easy. I didn't stress out about it in the regards of like, it is hard. There was times that I didn't like it, and there was pieces of it that I could have done without, but overall it was not hard, right? And so remember that, repeat that to yourself. Life is not hard, we make it hard. And if you need it to sink in further, life is not hard, you make it hard, or I make it hard. Like, we make it hard for ourselves, and we really just need to stop using the word hard, unless you're talking about, I don't know, food or rock, because those things are probably hard. But maybe if we don't say it's hard, maybe it'll be soft. Okay, so start saying it's easy. And it can be hard to see. I caught myself. It can be not so easy to say that something is easy because we're so programmed. It just comes out of our mouths, right? Like, we just do it. And what we need to do better is what I try to say, do better. And then eventually the words will come out of our mouths. Instead of saying, I know, right? Because really, do we really know? We don't know. I mean, we may know something in regards to ourselves, but we don't know that about other people. And if everything was so hard as we say it is, then nobody would ever get anywhere. No one ever would do anything. And then, I don't know, we'd still be amoeba somewhere. That's a joke. Maybe it's a joke. I don't know. I didn't laugh at my own joke. And usually I do, so maybe it wasn't a joke. Okay, so let me give you guys a few more examples of something being about changing how we view things, whether they're easy or not easy. Okay, so when you are trying to learn something new that you feel that it would be a challenge, really reflect as to why you think it would be a challenge. Hey, good morning. Hey, Danielle. I was just talking about, I'll do a reframe since you're on, about, so day 2 is about changing our mindset on what we think is hard and what we think is easy, and trying to stop saying things are hard, because when we say that, then they become hard. And actually, when I was starting my Facebook Live video, I realized that I started it on my personal page versus my business page, and I was like, see, this is what happens. I keep saying that Facebook is hard, and I keep having issues figuring it out. So I need to start saying that Facebook is easy for me to figure it out. And it's not that it's hard in regards to being like a user, but it's hard in trying to run a business page thing. But see, there, I said it again. It's easy, it's easy, it's easy. So remember back to, I don't know, something that you love doing, or something that is easy for you to do, and how easy it really is, right? And people might be like, wow, I don't know how you do that. That's so hard. And we really just need to change that. And anything that you want to accomplish, start saying that. And if you can't say that something is easy because it's hard, it's good morning, Daniel. Look, I have a Daniel and a Daniela. I have a lot of Daniels in my life, and Daniels. I just realized maybe you are good people to have, and a lot of Gabriels and Gabbies. Anyway, I digress. So back to saying things are easy versus not so easy. Think back to something that is easy for you, that other people tell you how cool it is that you can do that, that it's so easy for you and it's so hard for them. And what's the first thing you want to tell them? No, it's not. You could do it too. Hey, Nina. And so it's just about our language. And so and if there's something you want to do, there's something else that you could say as well. It's about, you'll get better with practice, right? Or it's okay, I'm trying and I'm getting better with practice. I wrote this down yesterday and I can't find my little notes, but we're okay. Yes, we're okay. This is all practice, right? I'm brand new at this, and it's gonna be better. It's gonna get better. There's only one way up. But if I were to say that it's never gonna get better, or that blah blah blah, then that's what's gonna happen. And so I really want you guys to think about those moments that were both easy, or that you said something was going to be easy and it did result that way, and that you said that it was going to be difficult and it did result that way. And those are just two of a lot of things that we say to ourselves, but there's other things that we say, and then it manifests itself, right? The whole law of attraction is trying to get us to recognize that, and it's not just about what we want, it's about everything that we say and think, and it comes out of our mouths. Kind of like when we tell our kids, and I'm using a lot of kid examples, right, because I have my kids and I see it a whole lot better when I see them. It's like, oh my goodness, like, don't do that, you're gonna fall. And then they fall. And so were they gonna fall, or did we make them fall because we thought the thought, right? And they thought the thought too, and then they fell. Right? And so instead of telling them what we don't want them to do, we need to tell them what we want them to do in order for them to be able to do that and think that, right? Because I'm sure you guys remember or can hear your own parents' voices when they've told you, don't do this, don't do that. And so it like stops you from doing stuff that you may wanted to try. Or I remember my mom used to tell me, don't eat that, it because. And so I wouldn't eat it, right? And so like later with time, I did start eating some spicy foods, but it took a while. And then what's funny is that my dad at the same time would also tell me to try things. I'd be like, oh, just try it, right? And so I'm gonna repeat something I said earlier, but think about those times that you've watched someone else having a really hard time doing something. And if you read my blog post from yesterday about going to the store, it's like the perfect example. So while I was there at the register, before getting to the register, we were at the Dollar General, and the cashier person, I guess, was stocking some things before. At Dollar General, they like have them doing 3,000 jobs there. But I'm sure it's cost efficient and they can get it done because they're doing it. So the young cashier was putting some stuff away, and I suppose he was frustrated or something. I don't know. He was kicking some stocking boxes as we were going to come through. So patiently waiting for him to be able to clear the way so we could walk through. He grabs the step ladder and is pushing it in a way where it's making it more difficult for him to be able to walk and get out of our way. But I wasn't in any rush, but maybe he was just getting frustrated. The other cashier that was there on the same aisle, she's appeared calm to me. I don't know. Again, remember, we reflect everything that we are feeling, right, onto people. Of course, I wasn't feeling like that guy, but she looked calm to me. So I was trying to figure out, like, what is he upset about? But then I remembered what I was there for, not for him. And so he really was struggling with this step ladder, and she tried helping him by saying, it helps if you pull it instead of push it. And he's like, ah, right? And so remember that, like, we can't think in those moments where we're just so And if we just would take a breath and calm down and relax and just step back and remind ourselves, like, it's okay. It's okay. You know, time, we like to feel like we're going to run out of time. And I mean, eventually we're going to die when we're running out of time. But really, when it comes down to it, if you are rushing, what are you rushing for? Are you rushing to die? I know I don't want to. I don't want to die, and I don't want to rush to it. And something I've been reading, and this is really out there on the metaphysical, is that and I don't know, just prepare yourselves for what I'm about to say, because for myself it was like, oh my god, that makes so much sense. We die when we no longer have a purpose in this life. And I know how that sounds, and you know, take it with a grain of salt. If it doesn't ring true to you, it's not going to hurt my feelings. And so if so, I'll just leave that there. I'm not even going to touch that anymore, because that may cross so many lines for people. But anyway, but if you want to talk about that with me, not on here, I'm all open for it. And what I thought was funny before I went on this live was the shirt that I'm wearing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so. Look at this, guys. It says Stunt Life, and so this is our Stunt Life. That was not on purpose, but I wasn't about to change my shirt because I was too lazy. And so, which brings me to a good, funny thing, right? So, I am lazy, guys. I am lazy. You can ask Gabriel, you can ask Alicia. I am lazy. Anything that I can get anybody else to do for me, I will. And then everything else that I do for myself, I do it because it's easy. And you know, those things that I say are hard or they're difficult, then I just don't do them, right? Now, one thing that had been, I'm trying to change my language, or maybe not that it's hard. It is parenting, but it's also really amazing. And you grow in ways that you didn't realize, and it helps you see a lot of things a lot differently. And so, anyway, I don't know that it's hard as long as you follow your intuition and don't make it hard. So that should go for everything else. If you follow your intuition, then you know you're not going to make things hard. So I want you guys, whatever you're having a hard time with, write down 3 statements of whatever it is, and you know, start saying, like, this is easy, or with practice this gets easier. With practice, I'm getting better at it, you know, over and over and over, right? Everybody started somewhere. You know, things happen and they push you in the right direction of where you need to go. Because if you guys watched yesterday's video, something I wrote on my I ams is I wrote, I'm good at everything, right? I'm good at everything. And so I've always had that mentality that I'm good at everything. And I don't mean like everything, but everything that I really try and put my heart into, I've been good at. And it's something that I've always thought. And so then it reflects in me. Hey Sandra, how are you today? And so think about all the things that are easy to do in your life, and you know, where did that idea come from that it was easy? Because I'm sure you've heard, as I said already, a lot of people tell you that it's not easy, that it's hard, or something that someone's told you that you wouldn't be able to do because it's hard, and then you're like, no, you watch me, I'm gonna do this, it's not gonna be hard. So there's that. And then there was something else I wanted to tell you guys. Oh yes, I remembered. I was like, please come back to me, that. And it's, so my whole reason behind these mindset challenges to kind of get you guys moving towards thinking of like what it is you want to do with your life in regards to careers. Hey Shannon. And so one way, this is different from the changing your mindset, but one way, if you're stuck, not You're trying to figure out, like, what is it that I want to do with my life. I don't know what I want to do. And no one really knows what they want to do. Just, I'll put that out there. You know, that dumb question you get asked a billion times about, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? That shit is stupid as hell. Really, you're asking a 16-year-old who can barely wipe their ass what they want to do with their life. Shit, I barely know what I want to do with my life half the time. So think about that when you're asking your kids or anybody. It's a dumb question to ask. What do you want to do with your life? It's a big question. Anyway, so but if you're having a little bit of a hard time figuring that out, do or listen to what people are telling you. So when someone tells you, oh my God, you should totally sell that, I would buy that. That is the universe telling you what it is that you should do with your life, right? And so, or when someone says to you, dang it, I lost the thought. Anyway, like for myself, it was suggested that I do something, right? And I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll think about it. And this was like about a month ago, I think. No, it was more than a month ago. It was like 2 months ago that someone suggested that I do something. And I was like in my head thinking, yeah, I kind of want to do that, but I don't know. No one's going to want to listen to me. And so then I actually did the thing, which is not this. It was on the bullet journaling, and had a lot of fun doing it. And so that's another sign that it's something that you should do. You had a lot of fun. And then after my bullet journaling video, and if you haven't seen that, you should go totally see that. I love doing it and highly recommend everyone give it a try. And so when I was doing the video, I had so many people watch, not just the Facebook Live, but I had a Zoom video, and then also reach out to me in other ways. So it was really, really empowering and motivating, and realizing like, okay, you know, this is not only what I'm meant to do, but I really, really have a lot of fun doing it. And so if you need somebody to push you to your goals, or to figuring out what it is that you want to do with yourself, I'm here for you, because I don't know, that's my magic power. You can ask other people my conversations I'd have with them. I don't know how I know what I know, but I know that I know it. And I'm gonna leave you guys with that. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Remember, it can be as easy as you I just got a message. You're live already. Don't you sleep? Yes, I slept, because I slept good after we finished talking to the person that just IM me, who's not on the chat. I don't know if she's watching me live. Are you watching me live, Marie? But yes, I do sleep. I just switched my live times. I got up a little bit earlier because Kalisha has an orthodontist appointment today, and I contemplated doing it in the car, but then I didn't really want to do it in the car, because I was like, then I have to figure out like how to hold this, because I don't want to hold the camera. And then for those of you that don't know, the baby's 5 months and I'm breastfeeding, and I don't want to pump, because remember, I'm lazy. I like it to be easy, and so I'm going to take him with me versus pumping. Yeah, so this was easier for me to do in the morning than to try to figure out all the logistics. And so just first off, start saying life is easy, and then when things get a little bit more complicated, to make it easy, just make it easier for you, right? So I could have stuck to doing something at 11, so that's a lesson for tomorrow. So tomorrow, my mindset lesson is going to be more on the skills that you can start developing better and start saying to yourself, so that things can be a lot more easier, and in regards to how you can apply it to not just your life, but to your career. All right. Well, thanks guys for watching. I hope that this really, really helped. But make sure that you write down those 3 things that you want to work on. And it doesn't have to just be 3 things. It could be a lot of things, anything. that you want to be easier in your life, because remember, we totally make that. We totally do it. Bye.